Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. I was not planning on doing another show tonight, but I read all about this and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Yep, another Florida NIL disaster. You will not believe this crap. You know, it's bad enough with the whole Jaden Rashada thing, and they promised him $13 million and the contract that wasn't a contract, and then he went down there and he enrolled, but he didn't enroll, and then he wound up at Arizona State because they wouldn't pay the money. And you're thinking, well, it can't get any worse than that, can it? Just hold that thought. This is a guy that played for Florida in 2022, and his name's Gervin Dexter. He had an NIL deal at Florida. He now is a rookie for the Chicago Bears. He signed the deal to play at Florida for a pretty good chunk of money. I'll tell you how much it was. Right here, $436,000 plus a little change. I don't know where they came up with the $485, but anyway, almost $500,000, okay?
Okay.
But in the fine print that obviously he didn't read, he agreed to pay Big League Advance Fund 15% of his pre-tax, mind you, NFL earnings for the next 25 years in exchange for that money. Now, Dexter signed a 4-year deal of $6.72 million. So 15% of that would be about $1 million, wouldn't it? Yeah, just slightly over $1 million, $1,008,000. But, whoops, wait a minute. That's only a 4-year deal. What if he turns out to be really good and he signs some deal where he gets $15 million a year? That $460,000 investment by that NIL group, woo, what a return on investment. And then they're going to make their money back times a whole bunch. So they're really rooting for him to play well. Now, needless to say, there's a whole lot wrong. Florida Representative Chip LaMarca, who proposed the legislation in 2022, said the deals were supposed to be that an athlete could participate in the free market when they graduate. He said whether they go on to play professional or not, any future contracts are null and void. In other words, we didn't want someone having access to someone's future without them having proper guidance and proper representation. The duration of a contract for representing a college athlete is not to extend beyond his or her participation in an athletic program at a post-secondary educational institution. Obviously, we wanted to expose college athletes to the same free market that our other college students had, but at the same time, we wanted to offer some protections. We wanted to make sure they didn't get taken advantage of, and that's exactly what we expected to be able to protect, but we also didn't want to see it happen. It looks like what happened with him was really nothing more than a predatory loan by an out-of-state LLC from Delaware. No agent involved, no compliance, no review of the contract. Said, so it's pretty scary to think that this can happen. He's done all the right things. He succeeded, and he's got this hanging over his head. Now, between Jaden Rashada and now this, you know what's going to happen. All of these other colleges are going to go, this is what Florida does. They play these little tricks. Oh, we're going to pay you this. We're going to do this. Oh, wait, here's your money, but we get 15% of whatever you make from now on. That's unbelievable. I mean, I'm kind of in shock over this one. Now, fortunately, Dexter's attorneys are asking for a federal judge to void this agreement because it does not conform with Florida's NIL law. But remember, it's out of Delaware. So does that have to? You would think it would. He said his lawyers allege that the agreement did not include specific language required under the agent statute. The company failed to notify Florida athletic director that its agents weren't licensed in Florida. According to the lawsuit, Scott Bryan, an authorized agent of BLA, sent a message to Dexter. It said, "What's up, Gervin? I'm a partner at a data and analytics firm in Washington, D.C. We have a 6-figure financial NIL opportunity for you. Would love to discuss more. If you're interested, let me know what you think." They gave him an agreement in May of 2022. He signed the deal the next morning. He's like, yeah, I'll take that almost $500,000.
Saddle!
And a $5,000 contribution to the charity of his choice. There were 2 terms included in the agreement, an initial term that finished once Dexter's eligibility expired, and an extended term that commenced when he left college. And here's the section in the agreement that has to do with the money. Professional football earnings means all a player's pre-tax earnings and basically a chunk of the gross.
How about me, boss?
Oh, yeah, one for you.
And me, boss.
One for you.
And me, boss.
One for you.
And me, boss.
And here's where it says, agreed to give BLA 15% of his future professional football earnings. If you make $100 million in professional football, you pay us $15 million as you earn that money. That'd be a nice return on investment. Let's see, you get $15 million, they put up $436,000. That would be carry the one, not from the not. That would go into it, what, 30, almost 40 times. So that's a 4,000% return on investment. It's pretty good. Not a bad deal. So obviously Florida's got some cleaning up to do. Hopefully they throw that contract out. That's absolutely ridiculous. Take advantage of a kid, and he signs it within 24 hours. Obviously he didn't know what he was signing. And you know they had that little teeny tiny print. Nobody's going to read all that. So good grief. First Jaden Rashada, now this guy. I wonder how many other things are going to pop up. Florida needs to get their crap together. That's just, what are you doing? What are you doing? I just don't get it. What's going on down there? Who's in control? Anyway, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover the Vols, SEC, all this crazy NIL stuff, Florida. And right down here's the subscribe button. Just hit that little button. That's all you got to do. Doesn't cost you anything. And right over here's the most recent video. Be sure to check that out. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay. Hopefully it's not over some Florida NIL disaster. Good grief. We got to play them in 2 weeks. Wonder if they got an NIL deal offer for us. Wow. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.